if you shoot for the stars and you end up on the moon, then that's not a bad place to be. A lot of the initial part of that change. So we split our transformation into three parts. One was simplification, which was essentially getting those 8 banks down to 1 and everything that goes with that as well. So moving to common brands, common operating models, common policy, process and technology. The second one was modernisation. So modernising our technology and data platforms to be able to operate in the world we're now in. So moving everything to the cloud, refactoring our technology to be composable, microservices API based. And then the third part of the transformation was what we call digitisation, which was, we broke it into 2 parts. The first was digitising our 4 core customer journeys and making those available on all of our channels so customers could interact with us how and when they wanted. The second part of digitisation was we had just started a digital neobank, which you referred to, Byron, up. Yep. And we wanted to use that to get really quick feedback from customers and create those really fast feedback loops to enable us to essentially accelerate those digitisation journeys much faster based on what our customers were actually telling us. So that was a really important part of the transformation as well. The tricky bit was those 3 things: simplification, modernisation and digitisation. We couldn't do in a linear way because it just would have taken too long. So we had to do them in parallel, which has been interesting.
Now, one of the yeah, of course, and one of the things that you've said to me is you need to be bold when you do this. You shouldn't live in the land of incrementalism when it comes to digital programs.
Yeah.
What do you mean when you say that?
So I think you need to. If you shoot for the stars and you end up on the moon, then that's not a bad place to be. And if you don't have those, put those bold goals out there, you just don't drive the thinking from people in terms of what solutions are possible to the problem you're trying to solve. So we had one when we started the transformation that our CEO said we wanted 2.5 million customers. In the next 5 years. We had less than 1 million customers at the time. I think everyone thought she was crazy, but we got to 2.5 million customers. On the technology side, we said we wanted to halve the number of applications we had from 650 to 325, which again, everyone said that was crazy. We hit 324 about 6 months ago. So I think those bold ambitions actually drive, 1, much better outcomes for customers, but 2, it really galvanizes end-to-end teams around that outcome and enables you to break down organizational silos so that everyone's actually focused on the outcome rather than focusing on the next widget they're producing.